So now we roll over to Detroit with it. And we switch it up a little bit, in this Death to the Real Nigga series. Because they like to put this term real on something that's not real. What is a real nigga? Why do you celebrate and calling yourself a real nigga? Well, in 2018, there was a group of young boys outside, high school kids outside, being high school kids, and some girls walked by and somebody said something about one of the girls' booties. And the two girls took it amongst themselves, Shania McCoy and Erica Osborne, Shania McCoy being 21, Erica Osborne being 25, decided to go for the ride on them. They jumped in their car, they busted Huey, came around the turn. But when I roll this clip, you can see them. They rode around the turn. They do a drive-by, and they shoot into the crowd, and they shoot a 17-year-old black boy to death. So we're gonna roll the clip and let you guys see Shania and Erica in court as they're sent away for many years, and get a chance to hear from the family. So let's roll the clip.
Some heartbreaking testimonies, today from the mother of a Garden City high school student killed in a drive-by shooting. 21-year-old Shania McCoy and 25-year-old Erica Osborne were sentenced today for the murder of Reginald Robinson. As Coco McAvoy shows us, both young women told Reginald's mother they are sorry for what they did, but both are going to prison for a long time.
This is a very sad story. We're talking about a 17-year-old boy named Reginald Robinson who had a very bright future. And today, the two women responsible for his murder were sentenced, but first, they had to face his family.
This is case number 17-004155.
It was an emotional day in court as the two women responsible for the murder of 17-year-old Reginald Robinson were sentenced.
Every time I would close my eyes, I would see my son laying on that cold ground in a puddle of blood.
Robinson's mother spoke about the loss she feels after the actions of Shania McCoy and Erica Osborne last February.
You two young ladies took my son from me. You ladies had no idea what my son meant to me.
Robinson was at a store with a friend on Detroit's west side when someone made a comment about McCoy and Osborne's bodies. Shortly after, McCoy pulled up outside of the store in an SUV, and Osborne pulled the trigger, killing Robinson on the spot.
She's seen on surveillance video driving her blue Ford Explorer and doing a U-turn to put the car in a position where her passenger could take aim.
Robinson's mother told the two exactly how she feels about them.
You are a monster. You are malicious. You are outrageous. You was non-remorseful. It was a senseless murder.
Both McCoy and Osborne apologized before sentencing.
I just wanted to make sure that the family knows that I am sorry. I apologize for my actions, whether you accept it or not, I apologize for my actions.
The two of them were walked out of the courtroom in handcuffs, McCoy with her head down and Osborne waving to family. Both will now spend more than a decade in prison for murder. Coco McAvoy, Local 4.
All right, Coco. McCoy was sentenced to serve 16 to 40 years in prison. Osborne was sentenced to 27 to 50 years.
And we're back. And as you can see, these two young girls sat in the courtroom. The shooter, Erica, with a smirk on her face. No really sense of remorse after they shot down Reginald Robinson. A 17-year-old kid, you see his mother in court crying, being consoled by her, whoever she was to her. And a lot of our people are heartless, man. We're heartless. We're void of all emotion, love, compassion, anything. Anything. Everything is about the gun. Everything is bang, bang. Everything is kill. You're not thinking about the family you hurt. You're not thinking about your family. You're not even thinking about your own life. These girls are sentenced to 16 to 40 years. Shania, and then McCoy, and then Osborne is sentenced to 27 to 50 years. And you got to remember, Shania was the one, she was driving. Shania McCoy was driving. Osborne was the one that did the drive-by. So now we got women doing drive-bys. We got women, man, this thing is hardcore, man, in our community, man. I mean, these are things that we're responsible for as a people. You know, we can blame a lot of stuff on white supremacy. We can blame the white man for a lot of things. But there are things that we're also responsible for as a people. And we just have no compassion for each other at all. At all. We got women shooting men, men shooting women. I mean, you got these two young girls, man, in the prime of their lives, man, doing drive-bys. What the hell is going on? That's a direct reflection on us as a people, man. You got two young girls, 21 and 25. They should be living the best. They should be in the best time of their lives. But yet they're out here doing drive-bys. They should be just coming out of college, going into the work field. Maybe the 25-year-old may be married, having a child, experiencing life on an adult level. They great go to prison damn near forever for murder. For murder. This real nigga shit, man. I do these type of videos because I want people to actually see the flip side of this. When I'm gonna continue to say it, when we're promoting this real nigga culture, there's a flip side that come with that. Nobody's showing this. And people say, well, sometimes they don't know because they're young and they keep winning cases. And listen, you know right from wrong. If I walked up to you and smacked your mama, you would want to harm me because you know that what I did was wrong and smacking your mama. So you don't have no excuse for getting a firearm and shooting somebody the way that these girls did. There's absolutely no excuse. We have to start taking accountability and being responsible for our actions. There's a murder, death, kill culture in Detroit. Detroit has been murder city since the 70s. There's a dark cloud over Detroit with our people, man. It's this thing, you know, seeing these two young girls sitting there and, you know, they're saying that they apologize. When the girl walk out, she waved to her family. She's smiling. Girl, you going away for 27 to 50 years. What do you have to smile about? What do you have to smile about? But this is the mentality that I'm trying to tell y'all. This is the mentality of the children that my generation has given birth to. You see the mom in court saying that you don't know what my son meant to me. He was a senior in high school. He had his whole life ahead of him. She called these girls monsters. My generation has given birth to monsters. They're growing up, destroying. I mean, this generation of kids is worse than we were in the 90s. I mean, it's just full of neglect. What I'm trying to understand, what's in the mindset of these two young girls that told them it was okay to go do a drive-by and shoot into a crowd of people with some firearms? Maybe that's something I'll never know. Maybe that's something I'll never get the answer to, because I may not have time to get the answer to it, because while they're dealing with this case, there's hundreds of other cases coming in over and over and over and over again. So I'm going to cut this video short, man. But this is something that y'all need to think about, because it's not just our boys. But make sure y'all like, subscribe to the George Making Experience, man. Make sure y'all share these videos out and leave your comments, man. When I do these videos, man, especially for my core people, leave your comments, man. I'm not going to do this stuff if it's not going to be supported. We got to support. I'm doing this stuff, this Death to the Real Nigga series. I want to change the mindset of the people. Black people, you got to support the stuff you complain about. You got a real father on here promoting the opposite of what's being promoted to our children. It should be supported. If not, it's not worth doing it. I'm doing it because I care about the people. But I need participation from the people in order for us to make a change in the cities that we come from. So remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.